According to the Washington Post, the rise of anti-vaccine groups on Facebook coincides with a dramatic rise in measles. And that got the Post to thinking, if Facebook is clamping down on users who spread fake news and misinformation, why not do the same with anti-vaxxers?
Measles now a public health emergency with a surge of those infected.
Despite the fact that the dangers of vaccines have been thoroughly debunked, there are still people who believe they cause an array of issues.
A lot of people are still afraid despite all of the evidence to debunk the association with autism.
Still, many states recognize both religious and philosophical reasons for not vaccinating children.
Some of them are red states, some of them are blue states. It's not a political thing.
But now some are wondering why anti-vax groups are allowed to use public forums like Facebook to spread misinformation. In response to questions from the Washington Post, a Facebook spokesman wrote, "While we work hard to remove content that violates our policies, we also give our community tools to control what they see. Problem is, they see a falsity and spread it elsewhere. Case in point, the wife of White House Communications Director Bill Shine took to Twitter to trash vaccines. Bring back our childhood diseases. They keep you healthy and fight cancer." So let me get this straight. Alex Jones can no longer post on Facebook to say Sandy Hook was a hoax, but anti-vaxxers can say getting the measles will keep you cancer-free. Go figure.
So I am a little bit sympathetic to Facebook on this, Dan. I mean, you can't just control everything that people put out there. And I think one of their criterion is, does it foment violence? Does it cause harm to others? Well, you could certainly argue that in the case of the anti-vaxxers. They're causing harm to others. But what about the birthers or the flat earthers or some of those people? Are you going to take down all kind of nutty arguments just because they're flat out wrong?
I think it's a real problem. I agree with you. I'm a little bit sympathetic to Facebook here myself because, after all of these groups have set up shop on the Internet as well, and there's no way you can control speech on the Internet, and you shouldn't control speech on the Internet. I think that one thing that Facebook can do that I don't think it's been very good about is making sure that the algorithm doesn't float this garbage to the top when you start searching for it.
I mean, Dan, I think is exactly right. This problem is much broader than Facebook. If you if you're a parent wondering whether to vaccinate your child because you've heard some rumors and you plug something into Google, you are going to get loaded with conspiracy theories, and because you're not a medical expert, you're going to have a hard time figuring out what's true science and what's fake science. So it's not Facebook's responsibility, I agree, to kind of to set that up, and it's also going to be really hard for Facebook to police who's in those private closed groups. I mean, if I wanted to have a club of anti-vaxxers that meets at the local restaurant, no one's going to stop me from doing that either.
Yeah.
I can never be sympathetic to Facebook just because I've come to believe genuinely that they're a force for societal evil here in the U.S. and around the world. To say we do give our users a chance to control what they see fundamentally misses the point. I mean, that doesn't get to the core problem here, which is that information which is objectively going to harm people in one way, shape, or form is being allowed to circulate on Facebook, and they don't want to have the responsibility of cleaning it up. I would not be surprised if they change their tune a little bit and decide they're going to crack down on this stuff, both as a PR move, but also because, as Joy Behar noted at the beginning of the package, this hits both ends of the political spectrum, the crank right and the crank left. So if they take aggressive action down the road, that will be why, because I think their great fear is alienating a certain political part of the populace. That's the thing that they
Darla Shine, who's married to Bill Shine, was trying to say that, I'll hear from the far left. It's not a left or right issue.
No, it's not at all. Bring back our childhood diseases.
Yeah, she's just wrong.
Well, the other thing, too, is that, now there's more evidence in these times, because this has been an ongoing argument, and most when they disavowed that British researcher, and then it sort of faded out in and out unless you were in those groups. But now with this measles outbreak in California, this is a public health situation now. It's bigger than somebody's little group. So I think you have to take some kind of effort. I don't know what it is, and it is difficult, and we have to think about free speech. But you're spreading rumors that this is life and death. People could die from this, not understanding. At least having full information about what is happening out here. It's very scary.
I agree.
Yeah.